afternoon, free enterprise fans, and welcome to another exciting Baron Heroes journey. Uh, we have two fantastic runners, Morpheus and Scythe Marshall. Highlighting this particular hero's journey, we have Tellah, and I'm joined on the mic by Alchemy, the owner and leader and wonderful, brilliant mastermind behind this club. How are we doing today, Alchemy?
I'm doing great. I don't know about owner because I feel like this is like a community effort, right? Like I wouldn't have a club if people didn't join it, but definitely an evil mastermind of sorts from what people from the seats I keep rolling, I guess. Today we have Tellah Hero, which is pretty scary for most people because Tellah isn't the strongest character. He's a great support mage. He tends to not hog the spotlight but make other people shine, surprisingly. But he's the hero this time and you can't get rid of him, so he will have to rely on other party members to get things done, except the Ordeals fight. Ordeals boss number 3. We'll see what manner of horrors await us there.
Absolutely, and all of the objectives are related to Tellah's story: defeating Golbez, doing ordeals, so it's not even optional. We got to do it. Cave Magnus and completing Tower Zot, and then Forge. We do have to complete everything, but also worth noting that there's a key flag here that I think makes this a little bit more palatable, and that's that glitch where we can do the MPM overflow. Isn't that right?
Yup. GMP is in most of my flag sets because I do enjoy the side of Tellah with like overflowed MP casting meteors and light 3s and everything. It makes him a more appealing pick when in other flag sets where maybe all circers and white mages is the way to go or whatever. And here he can make use of strong spells to make him stand out a little bit more as the main character in quote marks. But even then, there's a T Wildish without restrictions. Things might show up, which is great. Otherwise, it's the standard fare. This flag set is not phenom like super wacky or anything like my other ones. It is mostly standard because Tellah is a really tough hero to deal with. But it seems that the seed he started now.
All right, we are joined by Rhea to start out the seed with an early magma. Oh my!
You love to see it. You love to see it. This seed, this flag set is forced magma, but I was not expecting for it to show up the first thing. But wow, we have the underworld open, and with the Wildish, there's some really good loot in the underworld. I wonder if any of our racers are gonna head straight down and take a nosedive into the magma field underworld.
Well, both Morpheus and Scythe Marshall are certainly experienced runners. I would like to think they would immediately go. And Scythe Marshall certainly is making that after a bit of a mountain bonk there. We're going to ignore that. But you're absolutely right. And the play seems to be, hey, we got this early magma key and the loot is there. Let's go ahead and do it. Possum is doing something slightly different in that he is setting up, doing a quick save and just checking to see who this character is on Mount Hobbs.
I mean, if I think about it, I guess that play makes sense because before you know what equipment is good for you to keep from your looting, either underground or in the overworld with that Wildish, you want to know which characters are you are going to be able to use them with, So I guess that makes sense. There's still the Baron Inn. There's that Rydia, I guess, that we just dumped back at Mysidia. And we'll see if there's any key items that give us characters here in the overworld. That is on Edward.
So we're going character hunting early, and we find a Sid and an Edward. Sid has some marginal appeal early game, I think, because He can certainly deal some damage early game, but late game he ends up being less worthwhile just as an anchor. And since we're hero, C hero just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It is permajoin as well, so we see Scythe Marshal picking up and say he ditches the Sid, but I think they're both opting to keep that Rosa.
I mean, a white mage is great. Tellah only counts as half a black mage and half a white mage, so having a pure white mage in your party is real nice. Gonna keep the whole party topped off. With available free characters on, I didn't want, Tellah is a scary hero to have. So I wanted the players to be able to deal with the most challenges by having a strong party. So it is free characters. Even then, there are dupes. So we have seen a dupe Sid and a dupe Rosa. Oh dear.
This is shaping up to be, I think, a little bit more difficult than you originally intended for this seed to be.
I just make the flag sets, and then the seed generator does its thing. It does its thing. It is outside of my control. I do my best to fine tune, but in the end, the render is gonna render, as we like to say. Is that another?
That's my favorite expression. Yep, that's a cane. I think rando's gonna rando is my favorite expression, that unless you run a randomizer race, you have no idea what that means.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, that Kane is real nice. Did Possum end up picking him up? I think he did, didn't he?
I think so, and that would be a solid pick.
Oh no, he didn't.
No. Wow. Okay.
Maybe he's waiting for C-Buy is not on, so any character you dismiss when they try to join will be waiting for you at Mycelia's Tower of Wishes. I don't want to be mean about it, so maybe Possum is just scouting for possible party members before making his big decisions. Because the underground has a couple to the hook, Evelyn Castle and Evelyn Cave and Dwarf Castle. Baron Castle has one. Kaipo Bed has one. Maybe he's saving up on character slots just in case. But that is Palom, the Damsian.
It is Palamut Damsian. Scythe Marshal immediately picks him up. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a Gungnir spear that is in this treasure chest right here that Possum Morpheus just picked up. That makes the decision for me whether or not I'm picking Kane up. A Gungnir spear is a perfectly viable endgame weapon for Kane. That makes me want to pick him up right away.
Gungnir, here's the thing. Gungnir is the bare minimum that makes Kane usable against the end game. It's not great. It is, it's usable, it's fine, but it's not great as a weapon for the end game. Maybe our racers might want some more firepower coming from their party members, or maybe not, or maybe they're content running the Gungnir until they find a white spear or a defense sword on Kane or Avenger or something. We'll see.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Scythe Marshal decides. Possum decided to at least ditch the Kane initially.
Yup. Scythe Marshal.
Scythe picks him up.
Yup. Maybe like you said, that that Gungnir spear making a decision, slant towards the picking him up or rejecting him. We'll see if they decide to go underground now.
Well, I think Possum has found pretty much everyone he's looking for. So, yep, going underground and going to be checking out the shops that are available. Dwarf Castle, the first shop on the list. Scythe Marshal decided, hey, let's at least go check some of these other shops. Oh, what? Possum? At least peeking the boss, and that is
What's
a
a tiger?
Leviathan.
Oh,
It's a
Leviathan.
Leviathan, yeah.
Leviathan is really doable. I wonder if he's gonna do a cheeky early dwarf play. Oh wow, Crystal right there, Bacchus right there. Wow.
That's fantastic loot to find, and I'm selling stuff to be able to do that personally. I mean, at least to buy a couple of Bacchus wines.
Ooh, there's a light sword. We just need to find that Cecil, and that's an endgame weapon right there. On the low end of endgame weapons, but endgame nonetheless.
It always
Oh, samurai
amuses me to
arrows.
figure out. Yeah, samurai arrows are good. Like what people consider viable end game weapons. I think there was once upon a time. I'm like, if I have an ice brand, I'm good. Like,
Oh, I mean, that was, the olden days. The old days where, we had the crystal randomized in the key item pool, and it was like, oh, I guess I'm just running game with an ice round. Let's just go. Let's go.
look, you don't have to remind me of how old I am. All right.
I'm not saying you're old. I'm saying like we have been around the block for this particular randomizer for a little while.
This is true. This is true. Yeah.
Experience. We are veterans of the community, which is good. So I also saw Scythe Marshall buying a bunch of headbands, and I really like that because headbands are really good.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Scythe is the first one really here into the Fey March, really diving deep into this underworld. Is going to go ahead and full clear the Fey March, doing this in as efficient of manner as you can. There's some really great loot that's available in Fey March proper, less so I think here in Fey March as a whole.
Yeah, because it's like a little bit safer, so the treasure randomization is like the percentages are a little lower. But that's a key item that we need to clear one of our objectives. That's a Earth Crystal, which also opens up the treasury, which under T Wildish is going to be probably pretty good. And also, Sirens down at the Fey March. We have Sirens, we have Bacchuses. I don't know, do you even D-Machine? I guess that's a choice our racers will have to make.
Meanwhile, Possum over here doing looting in the Fey March cave itself. Found a Zeus gauntlet and found a Murasame.
This game paid off.
Yeah, absolutely paid off. That's, I mean, at bare minimum, that's going to be better, more money to be able to buy, more Sirens if he wants to.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what they decide to do. I think if I were these runners, I'd try to, if you happen to, I'm hoping to find a coffin somewhere. We haven't necessarily seen anything, but get a couple, grinds off so we can just immediately go and turn in that Earth Crystal if we can. But otherwise, this is not bad so far.
I mean, Tellah has stopped by default, right? Does he? I can't remember.
Oh wow! Look at this.
Free as heck, Asura.
I mean, it's free, but
that's a lot of experience.
I mean, there's a ton of experience, but it does a little bit of damage here, right? Like it's not.
No,
you have to pay attention, right?
No, because here's the funny thing with King Queen Airline. It's not that their spot has low magic attack, so when they get transported to another spot, they have, the same magic as the spot they're in. No, they have no magic. They have none. And the game defaults to like 1 magic power because they have no magic. So all of the spells, no matter where they are just, they suck always, every time. That's it. Like, this is the freest boss in Free Enterprise.
Well, and both runners are taking it, so that's good knowledge to have right now. And Scythe Marshall is now through. Wow.
Well, this spot is not slow by any stretch of the imagination. So just by letting them run their course on their script, they just kind of go away on their own. I love, like, it's just one character, but that Palom and that Kane, they really change the dynamic. Like Possum might be wanting to go, for reflex threats.
Well, I mean, it's levels at very least, but do the levels make more sense for Palom, who might be able to get up to Virus, or does it make sense for Kane just to be able to do more physical damage there?
Probably both, honestly. Because we found that Gagnir, so Kane is gonna, tear stuff apart in the overworld too. So that was Asura, someone from the Asura spot. I'm tipping my, as I like to call it, my vanilla tiara. Thank you very much, all the viewers. But yeah, levels are gonna help no matter what, and you're gonna be glad to have them. I do like Scythe Marshall doing the self cave. He's not waiting for the pan to show up, so he might, triple dip Fabul. We'll see if Morpheus, wants to do this or wants to avoid this at all costs. Well, Scythe Marshall is just committing directly to the Fabul check. That makes sense. You already done it. I wonder what Possum's up to. Is he gonna check chops, or has he decided to pick up a character with those levels he's gotten? Yup, Possum Morpheus is going full reflex threats. Wait, what? Oh no. Maybe Val Insurance.
Yeah, picking up that Kane. It's interesting because that Kane is not going to have the levels that the rest of the party does, unfortunately. But otherwise, Scythe Marshal is set up and going to be doing the, at minimum, the 2-shot of the pool.
Yeah, this is so interesting because no matter what, maybe Scythe Marshal's party we end up the same, but we know that for their usual play styles, that Possum likes getting a party set up early, doing a grind early, and then dealing with the rest of the seat. But Scythe Marshal likes playing around with hey, I beat the seat with almost 3 characters, and then I pick up 2 at the end, or stuff like that. Let's see if he commits to that.
Well, it certainly seems like Possum is committing himself to to this particular grind right now. I think he's just trying to get like as much stats on his Palom because he's going, oh my gosh, this is really interesting.
I mean, I guess Zeus with Gagnir is gonna do good damage to the X in case the Medusa doesn't kill them off outright with a single blow. But this is why Possum Morpheus is really good at this game. he tries stuff like this.
You got to be able to try things like this to be successful at the later ends, and you never know. Oh, wow!
Edward is right there at Baron Inn. Edward is right there.
So that's good news. That's great news for Scythe Marshal. Horrible news for Possum, because Possum, his party is set. It is permajoin.
There's the Baron key. Beautiful, beautiful.
Like all of the bull is a gigantic flashing neon light that says, "Go to Baron now."
Yeah, pretty much. Pick up that Edward, give him the spoon, tear Baron Castle apart, get a character. Could be Cecil, could be Edge. Those 2 are very good. We'll see, though. We'll see what Scythe Marshal decides to do with this brand shiny info and items in his pockets.
Meanwhile, Possum cracked 1 egg, has Quake, and is off to the races now.
He said he's just gonna keep cracking the eggs. I like the play here because from Scythe Marshal's side, because Mandor Deals is very close by to Fabul, and we have to do it anyways, and it's not gonna get any easier because it is Tellah hero. But I wonder if he wants to have those spells for the Baron Castle fights. We'll see.
I imagine so. I've not seen either one of our runners set up the MP overflow glitch, though. Have you?
No, I haven't seen it. Maybe a Scythe Marshal will do it now, but right now there's not much reason to do the MP underflow because he doesn't have that many spells to begin with. Dolls, that's fine. I've seen worse. Uh-oh, Yellow Dragon has woken up. Nope, he's gone. Bye. No problem. There's the J items. Beautiful Boreas completely eliminates the dolls instantly. Wait for from Scythe Marshal. Oh my god! Swag walking to the next boss without taking a step. Oh no! I hate to see these three here. Oh gosh.
This isn't fun. It's doable. And the MP, or the magic attack here, is certainly difficult.
Gaia drums. Nice. But that's not gonna be enough. Ooh, wow, Kane with the powerful blows. Artemis, harrowing! Artemis bow, harrowing Rosa. Let's go. Beautiful. Scythe Marshal dealt with this possibly challenging fight. They took down Tellah in no time at all. This could have been troublesome, but Scythe Marshal dealt with it expertly. Now, are you going to save Scythe?
There's a little...
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's going to say... I was going to say, there was a little bit of luck there that Tellah was the one that got hit. So his entire party still got experience, but... otherwise, this is going to be kind of a rough C hero fight here because Tellah doesn't really have a ton going on right now.
He's had 2 Gaia drums and he used 1, so I'm pretty sure he was saving a 1 Gaia drum for this, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough to defeat whatever boss is here. Tellah might have to do some muscle, and that's a required key item. Wow, double required keyboard deals. That's pretty amazing. Oh no! Are you kidding me with this nonsense?
This is me cackling, yeah.
Well, pretty sure Plague is flying, so Gaia Drum is not gonna do a thing. Firebomb! Let's go! That should be enough, right? Close! Oh no!
Oh god, that HP is just burning through. No. He's looking at that kamikaze going...
no!
Oh my goodness. So, yeah.
Maybe Scythe Marshal will opt for a Starvel this time to take the more safer approach. We'll see though. Yeah. That's fair. He's gonna bonk him, I think.
Do you want to keep that crystal on to go fast? Like, part of me wants to take that crystal ring off.
Yeah, but I guess Scythe Marshal's idea was like throwing J items fast at whatever is here. But Plague, it's just Plague is Plague. Out of all the other bosses you could have fought here, I think Plague is up there, but not one of the worsts.
It wouldn't be bad for any other hero. But
there we go. There's the Starvel.
So he's got the Starvel rolling.
Now he has 1 by default. Wow. That's why Marshall bought the headbands. Look at that old man go.
Meanwhile, Possum is still in the middle of his grind. And you mentioned it earlier. Possum's philosophy is grind early, grind often.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that he's doing this. He has I don't know how many sirens he got. Is this like 30 sirens in a dream?
This was 30 Sirens in a Dream, absolutely.
Oh man, yeah. He's just gonna get Rydia to nuke, and yup, it was 30 sirens in a dream. Yeah, 18 sirens left. Gonna get Rydia to nuke. I'm gonna sweep the rest of the seat. We'll see though, because Side Marshal has been, aside from this little hiccup with Blake, he has been sweeping already, like without the need for the levels, by just expert play and resource management properly. So I wonder, like, here's the thing with the situations: the longer the seed goes, the more Possum can leverage those early levels against Scythe Marshal. But if this is just like a Jetty seed, and Scythe Marshal can get 10 key items and do the grind in half as much time, and still have enough levels for the end game, we'll see how the seed progresses. Though it is a toss up.
Well, I mean, this is the position that we're in. You know, we already have the ability to do Cave Magnus and complete Tower of Zot.
Yup.
And so it's setting up that it's falling in Scythe Marshal's favor right at the moment. He's checking a few different other locations, but this is setting up to be, you know, maybe you want to just check your objectives first because it's lining up very, very quickly here.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, it's not a jet seed until it's go mode, right? Like, though the Forge are 2 key items, they could be buried somewhere, like, I don't know, inside, I don't hecky know, the Super Cannon room, and then that's in the moon, but like, Legend Sword is also in the moon or something like silly like that. Like, I don't know, the Masamune spot. Yeah, like it could be troublesome. So, or it could be that Twin Harp has like half a forge or something. We'll see though.
Possum is continuing to grind while Scythe is checking these objectives, and I just keep on coming back to the number one rule of free enterprise that has been the rule as long as I've been a speedrunner. Do your objectives, because we're in a position right now where there's 2 checks that we can have. Scythe Marshal is going to end up filling out his party. Who knows what the rest of this party is? He could have a much friendlier party that doesn't have to grind all the way up to nuke. Because there's 2 spots still left.
Yeah, we'll see. Here's the thing, though. I do love this play because Scythe Marshal feels empowered with the levels he got from King Queen Avalon on Kane, and you will think, oh, is Kane with a Gugnir enough to deal with this fight, which has close to perfect magic defense? No, but here's the thing. Rosa has an Artemis bow and a Heron robe. Rosa is gonna also be putting out tons of damage.
Absolutely true. But in the meantime, let's give some leeway for DJ Spoony B to spin his hits.
And that was Evil Wall, which, could have been worse. Like we said, that damage output from the 2 strong party members, it was great. And Santa Marshall finds the pass. That's good to know. Good to have early on.
It's good to have, but more to the point, I think, since both runners are going to get that kind of informs a lot of the rest of the seed. It does incentivize, going to the moon early if we happen to end up getting it, just because we know we're going to have to come back down to the moon or to the blue planet at some point. But we are a forge away. We need both forges, and then we need Golbez. So
Yep.
it's boss hunting and key item hunting. Are we going to get... Yes, we're going to get everyone's favorite game show in the free enterprise community.
Raid that treasury.
Absolutely. Rate that treasury. And let's see.
Nice.
Okay,
nice,
black belt. White. Nice.
Wow, already. You gotta love T Wildish treasury every time. Well, almost every time, caveat. Yeah, getting rid of all of those spear, staff, cap, leather.
Leathers.
Oh my god, where is that edge? Where is that edge? Ninja Hat is perfect for agility manipulation. You love to see it. Wow, this treasure is stacked.
Treasuries, everything you want it to be at this point in time. Probably hoping for an edge up in Mount
Glass Hat Samurai. Oh my god, that was so good. I don't know. That's a solid 8 out of 10 or like 9. That was beautiful.
Yeah, at least an 8. I would have liked to have seen a Holy Sword just in case the Cecil is anywhere, but other
He's
than
going
that...
for it. He's going for it. Let's go, Scythe.
I love it. I love it. Meanwhile, Possum is done with the grind. So now everything will melt before Possum.
Indeed. Oh, love that cheeky. Love that cheeky. Where are the warriors? There are the warriors. Oh, yes. I just love this play. Just the flame dog chest. When it's this close to the entrance, it's just beautiful. It could be anything. And it is...
Crystal Sword, please.
Dragoon
Lance!
Very nice. Very, very nice. That's gonna make every single dragon boss, which we have seen none of, it's just gonna make them melt against Kane. Scythe March, this race is really exciting. Wow.
Well, and I tell you what, I mean, between that Dragoon Lance, like putting the Dragoon Lance on Kane and then zerking him up to do like a Gold Dragon grind is so much more efficient than doing the egg grind. That's a big win.
Or even like our Ristro Machino Cat says on chat, even the egg grind is gonna go so much faster than casting spells on them. You're going to just hold A and use the agility manipulation ATB positioning. So Kane always goes first, and just hold A and then open the menu and hold A. Use the siren and just keep holding A, and the grind will almost do itself really fast. So by default, if Possum doesn't do the trap chest, Scythe Marshall has a grind advantage with that Dragoon spear. It's so exciting. I'm so excited about this race. Oh my goodness. This is like tournament level, like just experienced players duking it out, showing their best. I'm so happy.
Interesting that Scythe is not equipping that Dragoon Lance.
I wonder why.
Keeping the Gungnir, yeah. I'm not entirely sure why either. I'd be putting that thing on immediately.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, we say oh no, but this is going to be required.
There's the guy
no matter what.
Well, here's the thing: if you have a drain sphere, you can inflict effective damage against the slimes. Everyone remember, in case you only have physical attackers. Love Scythe Marshall. Oh yeah, Tellah has spells. Never mind. Love Scythe Marshall blowing through the J items, because that's what they're here for. You're not gonna use them anymore. Stardust Rod, let's go. I was gonna say like, oh, Possum is gonna have so much better like AOE to deal with this whole thing, but Stardust Rod, it's really good, as you will see right now. Beautiful. That's gonna deal with most of this. Scythe Marshall is playing out of his mind right now, by the way. This is incredible.
Well, and keep in mind, it does look like the MP underflow glitch has been activated on Scythe Marshall's side for Tellah. So,
Wow.
yeah, we're just.
Noticed.
Yeah, he did it just a second, just before this boss. So, Tellah is set up really, really well right now.
And Rosa still has that harrowing and Artemis doing 1,000 damage a pop, which is beautiful. You love to see it. Oh my goodness. Possum Morpheus though, hot on Scythe Marshall's heals. He's going to be doing check after check after check. He's known to avoid doing music, but it is required, so he will have to do it anyways. I wonder when he will opt to do that. Oh my gosh.
Gotta imagine it
Right
sooner
now.
rather than right now. Okay, this is gonna be going very, very quickly.
And this is like a mini grind for Scythe Marshall too. That's gonna help for whatever boss is right after this one. Chocobo, please.
So it's worth pointing out that the normal sequence of events that you would do, and I think that Scythe Marshall is going to be doing this, harp into Earth Crystal, and it dumps you off in Baron, so you can then do both Baron Inn and into Baron Castle. Possum hasn't done his Sheila checks yet, so is not able to do those.
Yup. It's really interesting. Possum, Scythe Marshall is following through the ideal route of key items in the overworld. He's done, it's really cool. Fabul down to Ordeals, right, and then you go right, and you end up right here in Troya. Go up to the Dark Elf, go back to Sod, and then Sod drops you down at Baron, and then you do Baron. It's pretty much the best routing you can get because of the key items. There's Edge. If this is Cecil,
that's a key
oh
pickup.
My god,
key pickup for Scythe Marshall. Possum is not going to be able to pick these up. Remember, it's permajoin, so I got to imagine with a couple of pieces of Hanzo steel available, Scythe Marshall is going to be set up very nicely for a melee party.
Who's it gonna be? Oh, that's not the right character you wanted to see.
I would still ditch the Palom and then go, and if he knows about the Edward, he's got the spoon.
Yup. Okay, we're gonna get a reprise of some beautiful, beautiful lunar music. So we'll go quiet for a little bit.
Well, and that was a blink if you miss it. there for Evil Wall, and Asura goes down about the same time.
Yup. Possum Morpheus again keeps heading towards the Scythe Marshal's steps. But Scythe Marshal keeps also gaining ground on his own merits. It's just phenomenal. Oh wow, Sinocat's a restreamer saying that the Possum's fight was longer than Scythe Marshal's. That's interesting. Because of Nuke takes longer to cast, and that spot does have magic defense. But Scythe Marshal was just like whacking and hacking with those powerful arrows from Rosa and Cane Spear. Tower Key, that's very nice. You always love to see Tower Key early on.
More objectives that we can complete here on the blue planet. I think the more the better for Scythe Marshal. Although again, Scythe is now at the point where everything is just going to start falling into place for him. We have this Baigen, which Beautiful. You know what? This isn't a bad spot for Baigen, honestly.
Yup. This is a great spot for Baigen even. There's a Blizzard. It's Rosa with her bonkers HP for a mage is gonna deal with this. Oh my god, I love it. The usage of J items that Scythe Marshal has been demonstrating throughout his whole race has been stellar. The DKC here is a little dangerous, but you have a white mage, you have a sage that can cast Q4, berserkers. Wait, berserker? Wait, hold on.
This is YOLO. I mean, I get it because this is such a slow spot that it would take longer to get this done. So yeah, let's just zerk everyone up and get this over with.
Yeah, let's go, Scythe. That was beautiful. The moment of truth. Are you taking that Edward, Scythe Marshal? Pinktail. That is, I believe that is an armor. Unless I got my own flag set wrong, that no adamant is not on. Let's go, Scythe. Let's go. Adamant Spoon. Adamant Spoon.
So this is something that we don't see too often. I mean, we see it more often when you have multiple options for party members, but we have a melee heavy party on Scythe Marshal side and a magic heavy party on Possum side. Very, very different party compositions, right? Other than our hero.
Yup. Completely opposite, aside from that Kane and that Rosa, but like Rosa's there to provide support, but it just I'm just blown away. I'm just flabbergasted. This is so cool. This is the coolest thing. I love this. I love this video game. I really do. Oh my goodness. Checking the weapon shelf for something for Edge because he's going with a short sword still. He needs something better than the short sword. A weapon shop has to have at least a middle or a long. We'll see though.
Someone, yeah.
Some big cash right there. Is he gonna buy Ninja Drain Spears? Very nice.
Those Drain Spears are really interesting. They have a very high attack power. They just have -10 strength. So they don't swing terribly hard if you have
on top of that, the accuracy is absolute garbage. It's one of it's probably the second less accurate weapon in the entire game.
But hey, that doesn't do anything for throwing it. So yeah, throw it for a ton of damage.
All throw or dart cares about is Edge's level and the weapon power. And hey, Drain Spear has a high, weapon power. But it sucks when you actually swing with it. That's why it's so cheap, But, we can use that in this game to have Edge chuck Drain Spears. And it's a really effective strategy.
Way back in the day, and this is your history moment of free enterprise. At one point in time, Drain Spears were even cheaper than they are now. And it was...
Yes.
So you could buy them up, and if you had an Edge, just chuck them, and it was fantastic. It was a primary way of getting through stuff. And then we realized very quickly what was going on, so we bumped up the price for those.
Yeah, it made ninjas like throwing ninja stars completely obsolete, basically. So the prices were readjusted, so now ninja stars are also desirable. Posomorpheus again continuing the climb of thought, dealt with the gauntlet pretty fast, probably faster than Side Marshal. Finding the Edge, but Edge is not gonna join them. We'll see how fast Possum deals with that Asura. Probably a nuke and shit's gone though. So that's also gonna be slightly faster than Scythe Marshal's fight due to the level differences. But Scythe Marshal continues unabated throughout the Baron castle. There's the MP underflow once again. Beautiful. You love to see it.
Yeah, you have to kind of reapply it. Hey, here's a scoop of vanilla.
Another one just for you, Chad. And there's the nuke from Vidia. And goodbye, Asura. And yep, goodbye, Kainasu. Oh my goodness. Possum doesn't have Baron Key. What is Possum going to do? That's the big question. Because Marshall has the tower key, so I can see the lower Tower of Babel being a pretty cool and interesting target for Scythe Marshall to try to get to next. There is Cecil here too. Oh man.
Yeah, so we can't pick up that Cecil because we're already we don't have a crystal sword or an Excalibur. So
yeah, honestly, light swords were for sale in the Feymarch, I think, but that's not good. Feymarch or no, Dwarf Castle, but that's not gonna be good enough. With a spoonboard and adamant armor, hello, that's gonna be hitting better than next Excel. Let's see what the reward for defeating the bosses at Baron Castle is. Legend, there's the sword. Required. Scythe Marshal is on the golden path. Posomorpheus keeps trying to avoid triple dipping Fabul. Or at least double dipping Fabul, but Scythe Marshal did not care for that and did the Sheila check first. And has been rewarded with the Lion Sword. Han could be hiding anywhere, but Scythe opted for doing half of Sheila's checks.
I mean, I think as a whole, Possum's fights are much faster than Scythe Marshal's because he's already done his leveling. And there's a bonus round here.
Oh my god.
The problem is Scythe Marshal is not so far behind that he isn't he's still making the right judgment calls at this point in time. So this is a fantastic race. This is everything you want to see in a free enterprise race.
Yeah. Like I said, this is like high end, like deep into the brackets tournament level play, straight up. And you're seeing it here this Saturday on Baron's Hero's Journey, and I couldn't be any happier. I'm so happy to see this. Here's the thing, though. This fight is gonna go much faster for Posomorpheus than for Scythe Marshal. That's gonna be an undeniable truth. But the mist is not dangerous. It only punches 3 times and then turns into mist, allowing you to recuperate. If you put up blinks and heal party members, you're gonna be just fine. I've been seeing Scythe Marshal pick up the adamant armor, though. I mean, I understand that he is on the whole Troya Baron circuit. It's gonna be a big detour, going up and then picking up the adamant and then going back down. Wait, hold up. Have we done Antlion?
No, we've not checked Antlion. We're 46 minutes in and we haven't done Antlion yet.
What if Antlion has Forge? Could you imagine? Well, I guess we'll find out because Posomorpheus has decided to go down the Antlion cave. That's... Ooh,
it's a worthwhile check at this point. Oh no! Rose is punching. Rose is out of arrows.
Oh no! And some of the blanks have rung out. This is troublesome for Scythe Marshal. That Edward swinging pretty good, like 2k a pop on a good day. It's real nice. Oh my goodness, this is completely free. on Phosmorphia's side. That's bad. This fight could be on the moon or something. But oh well, here we are.
We'll reset out of it pretty quickly, but we are through. And okay, just defense sword. I mean,
That's nice.
I might have kept it for my cane, but I get it. Oh, Luca Key! Oh my gosh!
That's not. I mean, dwarf, warp glitchy song, so that's not useful. But you know that was the miss, and also it's also a key item. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9 key items. If the missed gives you a key item, that's 10 key items for Scythe Marshal. Also, Morpheus deciding to go underground and heading to Dwarf Castle to finally get this check over with that no one has done. The underground remains largely untouched. This is incredible. Oh my god! I don't know about you, Asia, but I'm like jiggling in my seat. This is so incredibly exciting.
A little bit. At the same time, I'm really happy that I'm not running this particular seed because in either of these runners' positions, I'm also bouncing up and down, going, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" Scythe Marshal didn't check. Didn't check Rydia's mom.
Pretty sure Kino freeze. Yes, Kino freeze song. Well, maybe he forgot, or maybe he's saving it for a return visit. We'll see though. Meanwhile, Postmorphium fighting the 3 dark imps. That is, oh my god, Fusoya was here all along. Oh, he bought samurai arrows. I mean, yeah, Rosa needed those. Fusoya was here all along. Dang. I mean, you make decisions with the information that you have at the point of making that decision. You can't make decisions based on assumptions that may or may not be true. You can only make like educated guesses. And Fusoya could be on the moon, and Darkness Crystals hasn't shown up. Could be on Kaipobed, could be at the Giant, So that's completely fair.
Yeah, I
think racers have their parties.
One of the key questions, just that you always have to constantly ask yourself, and this randomizer in particular, is how much is good enough? How much gear is good enough? How many levels is good enough? Is your party good enough? And like you have to compromise at some point to where like if you keep searching for everything to be perfect, you're gonna have a bad time. So, like, you can't hang on to a party spot hoping to find a Fusoya or a Cecil. And both of these runners, I think, have made compromises in terms of what their party could be.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
The Vanilla Darkness, it had to be in, of course. Also, Scythe Marshal hasn't picked up his adamant armor because he doesn't have the hook. I didn't even notice. Oh, I'm so silly. Oh my goodness. The Darkness Crystal was down here all along. That's gonna give Scythe Marshal 10 key items to 11, even. Oh my god. Oof. Okay. The breaths. What is Possum gonna do? Is he gonna head to the moon straight up? Or is he gonna do Keyless Tower or something? I mean, no, he has Tower Key. Is he gonna go up the tower, or is he gonna go up the moon? There is also Leviathan spot of the King of Summon Monsters. It's also unavailable key item check. He continues to ignore Sheila. He's waiting for that pan.
I get the desire to do that, but my gosh, I think at some point you have to bite the bullet and say, okay, I'm gonna have I have to, consider doing a double dip at some point.
Yeah, but sometimes, you commit to things like, okay, I'm doing this gamble, I'm doing this play, and you gotta trust your gut. You gotta stay in your truth, because otherwise, like you said earlier, you ping pong all over the place. Like you have to be resolute in your decisions. So I understand if Fossum goes, no, I am not double dipping. I am committing to my decision. We'll see if that pays off though. and he finds the Pang, and maybe Pang has I don't know, the Element Rock or something. We'll see.
And the Hungry Canuck makes a good point in chat. We do have a boss hunt. We're still looking for Golbez.
Did Scythe Marshall did not do warp.
Oh no.
The moon, it had better be haunted, because this may cost Scythe Marshall maybe even the raise. Like, I don't know, depending on what's on the moon, this may be tough. There could also be a free boss down at the seal cave. That's not going to pose a problem. But even then, it's a bit of a trek down and up. I think it's like 3 minutes or something. It's unfortunate.
Now, it could benefit Scythe if Golbez ends up being there.
That is also true. Yeah. Yeah, what if Golbez is the look? Yeah, what if Golbez is the seal cave? That will be, oh my god, that will be absolutely bonkers. I don't know. I don't know how to feel anymore. Oh boy. That's the defense sword. Yes, you can check the boss. No, I mean, you can check the boss and then reload, but you can't warp. First of all, Darkness Crystal is there, so you're not gonna want to research, like the Hungry Canuck said. But also, warp only works when you're inside of a map, like the Dwarf Castle, because you go back to the previous floor or like screen in the map. But if you leave to the overworld, you lose that like checkpoint or whatever, so you can never warp back inside. But there's Scythe Marshall's Adamant Armor, and I don't think Possum got anything out of that.
Doesn't look like it, at least not anything worthwhile. But
he still has to walk out, and it could be the Adamant Rock. It could be anything. Oh my goodness, this race, I swear to God. This is incredible.
Well, now, like Scythe Marsher, he's doing it because I think he recognizes that, hey, that Luca key is a differentiating factor. Like, you can predict that even if he doesn't know that Warp Glitch is turned on, the Luca key was fairly well buried in that Baron key spot. Like, follow your chains and just full commit to him at this point in time. So I like the play, knowing what Scythe Marshall knows.
Oh my god. It's if Golbez is here. Can't you imagine? Glass hat, that's nothing. Lower Babel is absolutely nothing. It's a complete bust. Man, Scythe Marshall never checks that tower, which is a tall order. Because it's 2 key items and 2 boss checks. He's gonna have an advantage, but I doubt he will completely fade it. Possum finally deciding to double the Fable. That's fair.
See, here's the thing. If I'm Possum, one of the things that I think my play has differentiating than over Scythe Marshals right now is specifically all the levels that I've gained. I'm trying to do things like King Ebland. We know we've already done Queen, but the King spot is something that Possum probably has the ability to do more so than Scythe Marshall.
Oh yeah, so leveraging.
I'm really curious why my Possum isn't leveraging those levels right now.
Yeah, leveraging the levels against the King of Summon Monsters, or even the Moon, could be a good play using that early grind. But instead, he's following this. Maybe he smelled something with the King Possum nose of his, the King Marsupial nose. That is elements. But okay. That's not so bad. It could be way worse. We have strong physical fighters on our side. And it's not gonna punch for much, as Evan said. We can chuck spears. Okay. We can get through this.
Yeah, and ironically, I think Scythe Marshal is going to get through this particular fight sooner than Possum is going to get through this Water Hag spot. Water Hag is interesting in that it's a fight that is super free, but because it's a cutscene, it's going to take you a long time to just work through the whole thing. As opposed to Scythe Marshal, who can just kind of like go, 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 go.
That Edward, though, has a real low HP value right now, and he's looking pretty dangerous if he gets hit. But that's the Q4 coming up. Very nice. Possum Morpheus getting he's what was it? Twin Harp, I think it was. Yeah. No, not Twin Harp.
This was Baron Key, I think.
Yeah. This is Baron Key. There we go. Oh, the spoon. He got the spoon from the King Fabul. That's a big injection of EXP for someone that has 10 key items already on Scythe Marshal side. Let's go. This is really costly on time, but even then, Possum is still doing the Baron chain. That Hook has that pink tail though. He's gonna get his adamant. Yep, and there it is. There's the adamant armor on Possum Morpheus' side. Scythe Marshal quickly warping back.
So a question from the Hangry Canuck: why did Scythe take off the MP Underflow for Tellah? Is because when you have MP Underflow going, you cannot cast spells outside of combat. So he effectively let him, gave him ether so he could cast warp to get out quickly.
Yep. So because in the menu. In the main menu, if you're under 0 MP, it actually it actually does recognize that you're under 0 MP somehow. Don't ask me. I don't know how, but in the battle, you can throw spells all the way you want. So Scythe Marshal, shockingly, in my recollection, decides to go to the moon. And an interesting play, because what I said is happening. He is fading the Tower of Babel, which is so cool. This is gonna earn him a lot of time that Possum spent. This is the Steel Cave time. He's making it up if he doesn't go back to the Tower of Babel.
Well, and I can kind of see his point of view, because the tower key we got from, what was it, from Twin Harp?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
So it's one of those situations where, like, he absolutely knows that Possum Morpheus has to get this item as well. And in any sort of randomizer race, it's not just about what you do, it's about what your opponent does as well. So if you know that he's going to have access to that, gambling it away makes perfect sense, because that, hey, that you both have access to it. That's probably going to tempt your opponent into grabbing it. So why not fade it if you have a whole lot of other options available?
And here's the thing: you have a Dragoon Spear. Okay, you have how many are there? 7 key item checks here on the moon. I can see the mathematical, statistics wise, it makes a lot of sense to go to the moon instead of doing 2 key item checks with a ton of cutscenes and going up the tower and then down. Here you can even face check if you wanted to. It's real cool. The friction between these decisions is really interesting. And here we go, King Ryu's, and Seth Marshall has some hourglasses and even some nice deep beefy levels and HP values to deal with those punches. Oh my goodness, Pastor Morpheus is heading straight down for that Odin spot. He's gonna find that Dimist. And remember, Scythe Marshall has not checked Rydia's mom.
Yeah, if Rydia's mom ends up holding something, it's going to be significant later. Scythe Marshall, meanwhile, is grinding on some King Ryus. This is going to go relatively fast. Possum is going to have a much faster fight here than Scythe Marshall did, though.
Yeah, those nukes are going to be hitting for like close to quad 9s or something. It's going to be bonkers. Yeah. Around 9k. I find it interesting that Possum has a Drain Spear equipped on Kane. I'm guessing that is agility manipulating to get the ATB and turn order to flow the way he wants it to.
Okay, I know that agility is black magic, but I'm curious as to why you put it on Kane when you have your hero as Tellah.
Okay. I'm here to once again dispel that myth. Agility is not black magic, it's just a simple formula. You know? It's just like, I forget the exact formula, but it's a formula that gets you like relative agility. It's fine. You can basically math it out.
Math is just black magic to me, alright? So...
It's not that bad. What is black magic? It's the ATB system in this game. Now that is true Warlock stuff. It's the ATB, the pointer, the ATB pointer, turn order. Possum knows the ways of the ATB. He knows that he can slow down Kane, so Kane doesn't jump the turn order and makes Rydia and Palon go first, letting them sling nukes first time, because that makes Kane, slower, but also maybe he has Kane in the correct party slot because the ATB pointer goes in the party order, and that makes it jump over Kane and have the casters, the black mages, act first. It's a lot. You can ask all about it in our Discord. This game has a lot of hidden complexities, the thing. And if I didn't do a good job of explaining it, it's because it's really complicated. We have documents for this stuff.
Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of us just say it's black magic, because there is a lot of math behind it. And that's fantastic for those folks who like math. There's those of us who play video games to relax and not do math. So we're like, yeah, we'll get our agility as low as we can, call it good.
Okay, shout out to Possum Morpheus using a kamikaze on Palon or whatever to end the fight slightly faster than a nuke or something. That's cute. I mean, he gets a full heal or out of this or something. So
yeah. So on
crumble skip
with the crumble, yeah, it's a crumble skip. So whenever you have a kamikaze, it skips the crumble. So it saves a good like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Dang. Good thinking, Chad and Vitasia. Awesome. So Possum Morpheus getting that legend sword. Now we have pretty much achieved parity between Scythe Marshall and Possum Morpheus. Scythe Marshall has not done the Hammock. I wonder what his next steps are gonna be. Ooh, heading down to LST. Possum Morpheus has also not checked Rydia's mom. Oh my goodness.
Look, I want everyone to know that both Scythe Marshall and Possum Morpheus at some point will be watching this VOD through again, because that's what all good runners do. They go back through VODs and double check to see the errors. And I want you both to know right now, I am judging you a lot for not going to check Rydia. Oh my gosh, I'm being driven crazy.
Nah, it's not that bad. For all we know, it could just be a glass hat or something, So we'll see. I mean, it happens to everyone at least once. Like, just like, oh yeah, demons.
Possum heard me. Possum heard me!
There you go. I like that he entered from the right side. If this is adamant, got clear. Scythe Marshall is in the clear. Possum Morpheus spent like 10 seconds for this. That Scythe Marshall is like he's getting there. He's scratching every bit of seconds that he can from Possum.
Okay, no more judging is happening. That's fine.
What? Okay, so with that side, however, is saying like, wonder if Golbez is on the giant. Perfectly possible. Perfectly possible that Golbez is on the giant, and you just do a D machine, you barrel through the giant, and he's on the CPU. But you know that is a gamble. That is a commitment. You have to stick to your guns if you really want to do that gamble. Ah. Could also, like our tracker Nakuti says in chat, could be on the hook route, could be on King Queen Eblang. We know it's not Rubicante because he wasn't at the top of Tower of Babel, but at the top of the bottom of Tower of Babel. But it could be on King Queen. Dragoon from Scythe Marshall for the Mom Bomb. Possum Morpheus is right here, deciding to go bottom top, it seems. Yeah.
Yep, both have their grinds done. I like the check from Possum Morpheus, so it's still worth checking everything. So let's see, we have Golbez can be hidden at the Crystal Sword spot, White Spear Altar, Ribbon Room, Masamune, 2 spots on the giant, and then what do we have
King
left?
Queen.
Package? King Queen
Yeah,
and
package and King Queen. That's a lot of places, actually. No one has for that Adamant Rock. The King of Summer Monsters continues being a check they can't do. They can do that, and it could be Adamant Rock. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, this race, and anyone could be the winner. This is so exciting. Again,
yeah, they're just rooms apart from each other, and they've done completely, like, they've taken completely different routes and are just like a couple rooms apart at this point in time. This is really amazing. Question in chat, what is a zonk? A zonk is kind of a community term for a check that ended up being useless. So, you know, you get an item instead of a key item that can unlock a different route. So it's like, oh, that's a zonk. So it's like,
even and sometimes if you get a really good piece of equipment, you know, that might not be a zonk because like if you need it, it's good. Even though it's not a key item, some people might still call it a zonk, but I personally don't. But yeah, it's basically something useless that you don't want. So speak of the Valvalis insurance, there he is. But also, he spelled him. That Dragoon Spear on Scythe Marshall's side is going to come real useful too. Now, here's the thing. Do you actually want to jump on Valvalis? Because here's the thing. If you don't have your blinks up, the moment you dispel the tornado of Valvalis, she just punches you again. So I totally understand if he opts for not doing that, but no, he's going for it. Possum Morpheus finding an Avenger. He already has one at the Pale Dim. He doesn't need it. He resets. Looks like he will have to do the Valvalis anyways. Nope, he's going down to Masamune's spot. Oh my goodness, it's praise, folks.
If this Val ends up paying dividends for Scythe, it'll be major.
Oh my goodness. There it is. There it is. Only 2 characters left, but that's all you needed. 2 cannon spots. Odin. No, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. That's garbage. But you know, it's levels for Edward and he needs the HP. Lord knows he needs the HP. Odin at Masamune Altar is one of the worst spots for Odin because he hits cards with punches and his Odin spell will probably kill your entire party or close to. But those nukes come strong and fast.
Question in chat: does Scythe have a Thunderclaw? He might. We've not seen a need for a Thunderclaw up to this point in time, but it's entirely possible.
Yeah, Muramasa Thunderclaw is gonna cause it's gonna tear Odin in half. And if he hasn't sold it, he still has it from Baron, Xenogat says, and Chip Launcher in chat. Paladin is going down even faster than with those nukes thanks to that powerful Dragoon Spear. I love the fact that he hit Edward so he doesn't take turns as Kane keeps swinging. That was not by that reset from Possum. I assume that was not the Adamant Rock.
No, it was a golden apple. So there's only one boss left on the moon up to this point.
Oh my goodness. Scythe Marshal is deciding to not reset out of this fight. Safety is a very real strategy, especially with that Edward in tow. Do you want the HP values? For sure, for sure. But that is going to slow him down because of the healing time and, they walking around. But, this is still like anyone's race.
Yeah, we see that Thunderclaw there, so that's going to come in handy. It's a Mylan Z on the Crystal Sword altar.
Free.
So, yeah, it's free, but it's not Golbez. So...
Yeah. It's Golbez hide and seek time. Fall down into the deep ravine. You might find Golbez there, or maybe not.
So we have 4 spots. We have 2 on the moon, package, and hook 1. That is possible at this point in time.
Yeah,
every place else has been checked.
Yeah, it's either package or King Queen, Evelyn, or the Giant. Yeah, 4 places. Jeez, that's scary. Oh my goodness, is this Adamant Rock though? It has to be at this point, right? It could be Red Tail though. Oh, Leviathan, the Pang also has 2 key item checks. There's the Pang. There's the Thunderclaw, beautiful. 5k a pop. Kane swinging that Avenger. Did Scythe Marshal Berserk Tellah? I think. Wow.
It looks like
I think he's clogging the queue. He's clogging the queue with the Berserkers.
All right, chat. Let's get some questions in. There's only 4 spots. It's Giant 1, Giant 2, hook route or package. Where is Golbez? Where does everyone think that he's going to be located?
Possum is opting to not go to the Giant. Matthew says Giant 2, CPU. John Bicker says King Queen. This is 420 says package. Ooh. The chat is split on this. Scythe is not resetting out of that Odin. Again, opts to keep the levels that he keeps getting from these moon fights. That's great and all that, but I don't know if he has to make the right choices that Possum isn't making, basically.
Well, keep in mind that Possum's doing the pan right now, so if this ends up being the only thing that this could possibly lead into is the package, because he already has hook.
I mean, the Adamant Rock as well. It has to be it has to be the King of Summon Monsters continues to elude us. Could be that, yeah. I'm smelling that had Adamant Rock all along. If this is nothing, if this whole chain of events as Possum is doing is a complete bust, a complete song, and Scythe Marshal just goes ahead and does King of Summon Monsters and finds the Adamant Rock there, he doesn't have to do anything else. But we'll see though. This could be the Adamant Rock there in Sheila 2 as well. There's the Rat Tail. This could be one of 3 items. Oh my goodness.
So It could be the package. It could be no. It could or the sand ruby, or the adamant rock.
Yeah,
Two out of those three we kind of want to see.
all of those are terminal key items, so it has to be one of those three. Edward is getting incredibly close to being able to eat a complete unnerved Big Bang. There it is.
There's that.
There it is.
Okay, but we still so we don't need key items anymore. We're on a boss hunt for Golbez. He has hidden himself very well.
Yup, it is Golbez hide and seek. Shinoka pointing out that we never did the Bahamut spot for the key item check. Oh yeah, that was vanilla, wasn't it? Neat. And when whatever Tellah gets here, it's not gonna be that useful. But if you don't have a life staff, you will be happy to see the Seraphim staff.
I think there was a life staff in the treasury that they both picked up, so they're
okay.
Probably fine.
Cockle shop though, it's a standard, so all tier 6 could have power shirts or something for Scythe Marshal. There's the Nirvana. Nice. Murasame power shirt, let's go! Scythe Marshal is gonna be real happy when he sees that shop, but Poster Morpheus couldn't care less because he's running casters. King is there as insurance in case something goes wrong. Where's Possum going? Possum is probably heading to the giant.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a 2-for-1. You can check 2 bosses there. Wait, what?
He never checked Bahamut Cave, and he never checked Murasame spot. He might be doubling down on checking those. Probably a face check though, unless he really wants that package.
Okay. But my goodness, these two are coming down to the wire. Keep in mind, they both have the pass as well. So it is going incredibly quickly.
Yup. This is this is absurd. This is absurd. That's what it is. Do you take the risk it's packaged and you're leaving it behind, the Shmu? I mean that's the balance you do, right? I mean, you're in face check mode. You have 2 other spots you can face check. You're not gonna take the time. It could be always anywhere. Are you gonna take the time to gamble on one that it's packaged instead of Sand Ruby, and 2 that package has Golbez when there are other spots open that could be Golbez before you have to resort to the package? It's such a big gamble. I'm not surprised that these players are not going for it. But if Golbez was in the package check, that would be bonkers. Oh my goodness, Scythe Marshal has his adamant, and Possum Morpheus is checking the spots that Scythe Marshal has already checked. Is Scythe Marshal
this is going to be so close, and it's really going to come down to this is amazing. This is what free enterprise is all about, and speedrunning in general. This is 2 runners who have done completely different things throughout this entire race. Their parties are built different, their grinds were different, their equipment is different, but it is going to come down to just about a photo finish at this point in time between the different things that both of these runners have done.
Here's the thing though, you go down to the underworld to Forge. Tower of Babel is right there. Scythe Marshal could fall in the trap of doing Tower of Babel, and no one could blame him. It's 2 bosses. Of course, you might want to do that. It's a long check, and there's nothing there. But and there's the shop that Scythe Marshal is very happy to see.
Couple power shirts and a Murasame. Yep, I'm good with that.
Possum Morpheus heading down the giant. Oh my goodness. Side Marshal is going down. It's going up the tower. He is going up the tower.
He is doing the tower.
No
Oh,
one can blame
man.
him for this check. You only make decisions based on the information that you have available to you. This is perfectly reasonable. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's two boss checks. Absolutely. The giant is such a long cutscene. I mean, so is this, right? But it's such a long cutscene. You have to defeat a boss with like 65,000 HP, and then another boss that punches really hard. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I totally understand Side Marshal deciding to go up the tower. Makes sense.
No, absolutely. This is just a solid play. Okay,
One out of two.
1 out of 2. Evil dwarf or evil
Elf,
yeah.
Dark Elf.
Dark Elf, sure.
I'm so excited too, Vitesha. I don't blame you. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, this is more than 65k HP because it's a split boss. But but the second form is like you have casters, you can weak it. It's fine. This is lucky. This is gonna be a much shorter fight than usual. Scythe Marshal finding out that yes, this spot is nonsense, and he's going to be checking the other spot, which you can get. He's going to see that it's Ruby Candy immediately. He doesn't even have to do it. I didn't even count on that. If he got a save in front of the tower, he can save scum out into that. Yep, and there's a reset. Really expertly done from Scythe Marshal.
Here's the problem with that, and it's because now he's going to go do Giant, and if it's not in Giant, then we know it's either Hook or Package. And
he's
if
gonna
it's
do the
Package, yeah, and if it ends up being Package, there's a lot of places that, like, both of the runners faded Bahamut. They both faded King Feymarch. So, oh my gosh, I mean, if it is in this package check, there's a lot of chaos that can happen.
Oh, listen, it's past 10 p.m. I can take this. I need to go to bed. My blood pressure, please. So let's see if the CPU has the value that most of our racers have been desperately searching for all this time, this hour and a half. Oh yeah, all blame to me. Shinokat has nothing. Oh my god! Oh my god!
And Possum's like, nope, I'm good.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
So it is. Top of Babel 1. So Hook 1 or Package.
I mean, yeah, this is why no one likes to wreck all boss hunts, but listen, I have to ensure that Tellah kills Golbez. That is the whole point of Tellah as a character. I can't just say, oh, do 5 out of 6, and no one's gonna defeat Golbez unless he shows up really conveniently. You gotta defeat Golbez as Tellah. Until the randomizer gives me more, tools, I have to do this. You gotta defeat Golbez with Tellah and with Meteor, if possible.
I was going to just ask, is there the meta objective to defeat Golbez using Meteo?
Yes. I mean, it's not in chat right now, but that's okay. It is, in fact, defeating Golbez by using Meteor. Okay, no. Let me rephrase. It's casting Meteor against Golbez with Tellah. But if you defeat Golbez with Meteor, that's I like to call it extra points in quotations. It's more valuable. Oh my goodness, another Fusoya.
Duplicate Fu, oh my gosh.
So Dwarf Castle had both Fusoyas, that's hilarious.
Alchemy, I just have to say, for this particular seed, this one might be a top 5 all timer. Like, this is really impressive with how I can imagine many other runners are just not wanting to do this.
I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. Like okay, we're like having fun here in the booth, right? But like the only wrinkle is that Golbis is playing hide and seek. I don't think that's that amazing a concept. Plenty of states this way, you know. But some of the vanilla we have seen, the Adamant Rock being also a little hidden. That's good stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it's not just Golbez being hidden. I mean, it is the fact that things opened up so quickly in this seed that we had 2 runners on Restream who were able to go in entirely opposite directions and still get to the end, relatively close to one another. And I don't know. I think this just highlights everything that makes free enterprise.
Oh my god,
so
it's
good.
in the package. Oh no, it's in the package. I really rolled I need one, yeah. Huh. Oh, Possum is checking Sealed Cave. Oh, that's beautiful. Of course.
Yeah, he doesn't know. So I get it.
This could be side. I mean, Side Marshal also doesn't have the package. I mean, I don't know if this beats Big Waves. Like okay, so Shinokat was retelling some of my seed rolling escapades. Some 5 character C maybe seeds, double Big Waves, one from Kainatsu and one from Wyvern. No safety checks in a B vanilla seed, and Odin had Odin at Odin spot had the hook, and 6 vanilla in a row. And this might be up there too. It doesn't beat those, but it's up there. Okay,
Well,
so
let's see. I was going to say Possum has not done either Bahamut Cave or Masamune or Murasame Altar. So that's
Yes.
at least 2 bosses to kill, plus King Ebland. Scythe Marshal has not done King Ebland or Bahamut, but I think Scythe has done every other check.
Did Possum end up defeating Dental Valles? Like it's been a lot. Like this
No, has not defeated
He hasn't.
Valles.
So he has 3 spots in the moon, while Scythe Marshal only has 1. No, this has to be it. I mean, unless it's Bahamut, this has to be it.
Yeah, we know it's either Bahamut or King. Which one of them is going to have the Sand Ruby, the other one is going to have the package.
Oh my goodness! If this is the Sand Ruby, Scythe Marshal could catch up. If he is Scythe Marshal, go straight up for the moon again. But I don't know if he's gonna do that. But yeah, I don't think Possum is gonna go walk all the way down to Valvalles. He's gonna do top down for sure. Yeah, like Truck in Nakuri said, like both of our racers started gambling that Golbez was not behind package. It's not much of a gamble. That's statistically unlikely, but it ended up being the case. That's just like, again, rando gonna rando. I can't control what happens once my flag set gets turned up in the randomizer C generator. Stuff like this happens.
Scythe never checked Hobbs. Oh my, okay, so that's a reset.
No. Oh, it was this boss. Oh, it was Octomammoth. I mean, this is not that bad. Punch is hard, but
Oh
mean,
no, Scythe is gonna go do the tower bosses because he never completed the tower bosses. He just face checked them.
that's fair. That's gonna be possibly the nail in the coffin for Scythe Marshals. That's sad, but that this is a perfectly reasonable play. It makes a ton of sense doing the tower play. Absolutely.
You can understand why he's making it. It's 2 key item checks versus one-offs everywhere else, but we just happen to know on this end for us that it's the wrong play. Meanwhile, Possum does get through.
Oh my goodness, this is San Ruby. It's in Bahamut. Wow. We'll see what Wyvern has to be Wyvern opens up with.
Does it have to be Wyvern? Yeah, I guess it does have to be Wyvern.
It has to be Wyvern at this point.
So Wyvern at Bahamut is the key to this. And no, wait, yeah, okay.
D-Learners? Oh yeah, we haven't seen D-Learners. But I guess either Wyvern or D-Learners could be having a day off. That's true. No, we haven't seen D-Learners. I don't think so. So it could be either Lunar boss. Oh, Sinocat, don't put that curse out in the world about Big Wave 2. No.
Big Wave 2, Electric Boogaloo. No, I don't want electric anything near a Big Wave personally.
Go get sapped. Oh goodness. Yeah, nobody played with Ogopogo because Ogopogo was like what? Where was Ogopogo? People reset out.
Giant 2. Yeah, Giant 2.
Yeah, bye. He was a CPO. D-Learner's Wyvern is taking a vacation this seed. So you gotta love 17 out of 17. Well, I say 28 out of 28 bosses or whatever. You gotta love to see it. But hey, seed is under 2 hours. That's all I care about. I'm happy with it. It's a reasonable time to be spending sitting in front of a video game for a race.
I mean, technically?
Yup.
There's the D-Looters down. So this has got to be the package. And on our way to Golbez on the moon, on the Earth. But we have some cutscenes to sit through first.
We have to go down, and then we have to go to Troya, and we have to go up to the moon once again. And that is still faster than going down the Lunar terrain, I believe. Yeah, like our restreamer Sinocat says, like, cave value living up to its name. Oh yeah, the package cutscenes. So yeah. Yeah, beat Golbez. Golbez is gonna laugh in our faces too, in a really slow spot. Oh my goodness. Oh no. How scary. It wasn't even a good character. What the heck? Oh no, Fusoya. The revenge of Fusoya. How could you not pick me? Okay, listen. Don't alchemy, how dare you. I know Porom is a great character, but it's not a great character with a current setup. There's Fusoyas available. there's Rosas. There's like Dupe Rosas. There's Dupe Fusoyas. Like Forum, sadly, is the second, the lesser of the white mages. Even if I love her.
So trying to make this thing go faster, he's like, stone everyone, nuke Riddy, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Dishmu, who loves their puns. And in opening the package, the colors of mist were mopped off the face of the earth. Thank you very much, Dishmu.
So here's another interesting thing. We can't preset up Golbez with like Piggy and Mini strats because we get free healed right before.
Oh yeah, and Golbez is gonna be slow as heck. So where's the? Oh no, but that's gonna make Tellah even faster. And Golbez is gonna spend 5 years monologuing. Possum, no, Possum.
Maybe he's thinking, okay, let's speed up Tellah so that Golbez goes faster. I don't know.
No, that's gonna make Golbez go slower. Because Tellah is gonna be faster than Golbez, despite being the anchor. I'm sure someone could make the calculation. There's a calculator in our resources. Oh, he wants Tellah alive and flinging good spells for the main objective. That's good.
This is true. As long as Tellah's alive and
fast too.
And fast, he's going to be casting Meteor.
Oh my god.
Okay. I see you, Possum. Okay.
Hey, this way we make sure that Golbez only defeats the right characters. Tellah is coming.
Like, come on.
No one gets gonna get eaten.
Wow, this is taking a long time to summon this shadow dragon.
That's why I was freaking out when I saw Possum put on the adamant armor. Oh gosh, even to the end, this seed, huh?
Even to the end, absolutely.
Wait till you see the real terror. The real terror waiting around. Seth Marshall going on ahead, following Possum's heels. I wonder how much time is Scythe Marshall gonna make up?
Oh, it's still going. Okay, so
yes,
retreat.
Yes,
now casting Meteor. All right.
But I don't think Golbez. Oh no, never mind. He absolutely did stop with invincibility. Why? So Possum Morpheus clears the meta objective by having Tellah cast the Meteor on Golbez. And yes, that was indeed the fastest Meteor cast I have also ever seen.
Sometimes you got places to go. You got 0 misses to kill. So you just got to get that Meteor out fast.
Oh, gotcha. Apparently, like Shinokata and Nishmu in chat saying that invisibility loses. Invisibility goes away the moment the dragon fades away. Cool.
And with that, we are exiting, and I suspect that we're going to start seeing some Z flags here shortly in chat, as we're wont to do.
Yup. They are probably telling me to go to bed, but no such thing. This race has been extremely exciting, and I loved every second of it, even the dull moments with the searching for Golbez. It was a joy. I'm so glad I rolled this in a weird way, because it was super exciting.
Absolutely. So, those Z flags, they don't mean go to sleep, but they do mean something else. What do they mean? Well, we're Final Fantasy IV free enterprise. We're a randomizer community. we like to randomize stuff. We randomize the bosses, we randomize the songs in Twin Harp, we randomize the sprites that burn down the Mist Village. We randomize just about everything that we can in this game. The one thing we can't randomize is the location of Zeromus. There's just a few too many things that are really special about Zeromus that make it so we can't really move from his spot. So what do? Well, when we use the crystal on him, he transforms into one of more than 500 different possible sprites to show his true colors and to figure out who's the final boss of the game. So that Z flag is actually the community asking us a very important question, a very special question. Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
Beautiful, Vitasia. Indeed. Nearly 600, Shalakiti says, our resident art director and art black mage in general.
Nearly 600. That is just absurd how many different possibilities we have for the Zeromus sprite, for everything out there. But shout outs to the entire community, because Scala certainly does her share of building them and curating it, but it's all the members of the community that continue to make suggestions and grow everything here. So really, just shout out to everyone who's a part of it. And it does look like our current Z sprite is
the ultimate chimera from Mother 3. You love to see it. Be careful to not get chomped in his jaws. It's an instant game over. So, Posomorpheus is going to do a strategy we called Reflect Strats. That is well known in the community when you have casters, which means you reflect spells instead of directly casting them, except that time to nerf the Big Bang. And that makes it so Zeromus doesn't refill his HP, which is a counter, but reflected spells ignore counters, more or less.
Absolutely. So yeah, we see the reflected nukes right there. Yeah, so Zeromus has an HP refill about halfway through his script that goes through. So there's really several different phases. After his HP refill, it's effectively a counter script. Once his HP gets below a certain threshold, he has an HP refill instead of the normal 125,000 HP that he normally has. He really only has about 60,000-ish when he goes through an HP refill. Reflecting the spells means he doesn't have that HP refill, so it really cuts his total HP pool in half, meaning we only have to do half as much damage, even though the damage that we're outputting takes quite a bit longer to cast.
Sinocat or Restreamer saying that Puzzle might have tipped. We'll see though if that's the case. So we'll see how much faster this fight is for Scythe Marshals now that Tellah doesn't have that adamant armor. But how about the turns to go through? Nope, never mind. It did not tip. So GG's Posomorpheus finishes in first place with a time of 1 hour 45 minutes 33 seconds. Wow. Incredible work, Posomorpheus. And
for a full clear seed.
Interview.
Yeah, for a full clear seed, anything sub 2 hours is absolutely fantastic. And it's not just, hey, you still had to check everything seed. This was, he full cleared everything seed.
And we are joined by Posomorpheus. Hey there. How's our favorite marsupial doing after that, seed?
I mean, it's just another Saturday in Baron Heroes Journeyland, so... I mean, the usual. It's fun.
Listen, do you know this wasn't nearly as bad as other seeds that you have played and seen in this club?
No, definitely not. Have some certain regrets about how I played, though. The routing was all over the place, looking kind of back at things with an early spoon available on Edward, a Fuendorf castle. It kind of takes 30 in a dream straight off the table, so felt like I was a little behind the eight ball the entire seed. So I'd definitely be interested to see the routes that Scythe and Tybalt took.
Oh, yeah, talking about that, Scythe Marshall did a completely different route with a completely different party. He went like Circers while you went Casters. It was like I said in the booth, this was like a, deep into the brackets, like tournament level, like race between you two. It was beautiful to see.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing that I was worried about was the defense sword and antlion with a cane readily available, the spoon at Fabul defense. Both of those I put off for like 50 minutes. So it was one of those where I'm like, oh boy, okay. And then you can easily get a foo from Dwarf, and it's like, oh boy. Okay, I guess. So a little surprised I won, honestly, with that on the table. So I think I may have gotten a little lucky on the fades that I made. Being able to skip fighting Val and Mom Bomb, and was that it? I think that was it. But being able to skip a couple things, I think, definitely helped.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I just, again, the execution that both you and Seth Marshall demonstrated while playing this was just a joy to see. What was like? You decided, like, when did you decide to go with like 30 Sirens Another Dream and get Rydia and Palom to nuke? When like was it the moment Palom showed up, or?
It was the moment Siren showed up, because I had done the scouting basically with the opening Magma Key. My thought was, let me find all of the different characters. We'll peek Hobbs and Baron and go check Mysidia and Watery Pass and the Hook and Ordeals and see everybody who's available. And with no dupes on, it was pretty much a guarantee not locating an early Cecil that I was looking at. I think 30 in a dream there. I kind of wish I might have done one Siren after the King Queen Eblin and blown up a couple overworld spots, but hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, it was basically as soon as a Siren showed up, knowing what was available party-wise, I can just go nuke white with Kane as Val insurance, even though I didn't end up using him as such. Like the thought process was there. It generally, I think, works out, but the key items were just flowing left, right, and center in the seat as well. So with that, with the spoon available, with the Fusoya available, it kind of was like, oh boy. But nuke is a heck of a thing. So it definitely does work.
Was the machines ever like in your mind, or like were you ever intending to demachine, or was just that just Sirens win because they're here right now instead of the Darkness Crystal?
I mean, if that Magma Key is a Darkness Crystal or that Earth Crystal is a Darkness Crystal, one of those first two items with the Tellah, with two Black Mages to Slingshot, then yeah, demachine is 100% on the table.
Makes sense.
With no Darkness, by the time I found Sirens and the characters I knew, yes, it's going to take me probably 3 to 4 minutes longer to do the eggs, but it's guaranteed. If Darkness doesn't show up, then I feel like I'm behind the eight ball. Or, the composition of characters and weaponry that showed up. But, it is what it is. I still think I played fine. Wasn't the greatest, but it was fine. You're pretty much going to do everything in this seat anyway, so...
So we saw you having Kane with the Drain Spear equipped. So we know that's for some kind of order agility manipulation, but could you like elaborate a little bit on your decision to do that?
Yeah, so after the grind, Kane was the fastest person in the party, but also, other than Tellah, the least impactful. So I wanted him either out of the queue in the way of being dead or further down in the queue, with the adamant armor giving 15 extra agility. That put Rydia even to him, so her in slot 1 in the middle will act first. Realistically, that's all I care about is one nuker going first, one person with Venom in case Golbez shows up, something like that. That way I can just take an action that's not Kane. He was not weak, but he was not nuke strong. So getting Rydia to go first there, and then once Kane was dead, it allowed just Rydia and Palom to go first and second. So once Kane was, out of the queue or manipulated with agility, it made the party order a lot safer and a lot smoother.
That makes a lot of sense. Wow. Did you have any questions with Asia?
No, I think the Dream Spear was the one question that I had that we think we knew what was going on, but yeah, I mean, you kind of touched on all the different things that I wanted to ask about. It was a good race ran, other than it being 17-17 and touching every single boss that's in the whole seed.
Yeah, it definitely was a doozy. I hope everybody enjoyed, and yeah, I think I need to figure out what I'm going to play next. But yeah. We'll see what we do for the rest of the day, but this was definitely a fun way to start it off. Always love doing Baron Hero's Journey. Alchemy, you never cease to amaze with what you are capable of. The flag sets are great, and the seeds almost never disappoint the runners and the audience. So thank you, Alchemy and Vitasia, for the comms. Alchemy, of course, all the behind-the-scenes stuff as well with the Baron Hero's Journey as a club. Xenocat, thanks for doing the restream, and the Curry, thank you for pushing all the buttons. So I'll catch y'all later, and GG's to Scythe and Tybalt once they finish. Y'all take care.
You too, Possum. So after a wonderful Zeromus fight with Rosa not healing, Rosa was chucking arrows for like almost 3k a pop. I'd love to see that. Scythe Marshal has finished in second place with a time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, 7 seconds. It seems that Scythe Marshal is going to join us here for an interview. And I believe we are joined by Scythe Marshal. GG Scythe. That was... Wait, hold on. Your reactive image is Golbez. Oh, you got the last laugh.
I think the seed got the last laugh on us.
True.
What did we just play?
You played a really cool seed that had Golbez playing hide and seek, basically.
I guess. Where's Warling? We need Warling's opinion on this seed.
Oh, right. Warling runs the wonderful club of like hide and seek World Championship, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I think I did. I think I saw every boss.
Yes,
right.
You definitely did see every single boss.
Oh yeah.
So, interesting tidbit. You went Circers while Possum went Casters. That's
I'm not
an
surprised.
interesting thing.
That's an interesting
does
thing. Mages, so.
So, what was your thought process on like, I'm going to pick these characters over these other ones?
Well, I like Rosa. Rosa's just a good character overall. So I think from that perspective, I'm going to keep Rosa. Kane, I wanted one melee character. And then I probably should have taken Palom, but I didn't. And then once I didn't take Palom, it's like, Edward, I have the spoon. Great. Edge, he's good enough, and my anchoring is garbage this seed because I wasn't going to find a curse ring, so whatever.
one thing I wanted to talk about is that, Possum did like 30 Silence in a Dream, but you kept like using those J items like they were gonna go out of business. Like it was so cool seeing you use all the like throwing all of the J items in your inventory, dealing with all the bosses. It was super cool. So was grinding early a thought in your mind, or you were always like just gonna wait for 10 key items?
I don't like 30 Sirens in a Dream. I'll do it. But I also, I don't know. I didn't have the money really for 30 Sirens. I could have sold some stuff, I guess. But like when you have Zerkers, you don't need to go all the way to nuke and wipe because you just
Yeah,
don't have
true.
the spells, right? You can
Yeah.
get by with like level 40s. So I bought a few Sirens and I was planning, oh well, I'll pop them when I have 5 characters. And then I had 5 characters, but I was still blowing up things with all the stuff that I had, whatever. So I guess for me it was sort of, I bought the Sirens and I said I'll use them when I have the characters, and then well, I had some pretty strong characters, so it didn't matter.
That makes a lot of sense. Were you ever like interested on Team Machine? Like, was that ever on the table, or you were going on like on the assumption that you were gonna do Sirens?
Well, if you get like, if it had been Starting Darkness, I would have said, well, fine, I guess I'll do it. I don't really want to do it, but I guess I'll do it. But then I didn't get the Darkness Crystal, and then I made a mistake. I forgot to do the Warp Glitch because I was in Rosa's menu, and then I accidentally hit exit instead of warping out of with Tellah. I was even thinking, make sure Tellah has the MP to do it.
So that's what
Because
happened.
yeah, so I was like, ah, darn. Well, but it's also fine because it's like, well, what if Golbez is at Seal Cave?
I mean, both of you ended up doing like Seal Cave anyways, pretty much. So
yeah, neither of us are Asuka, right? So we're
yeah.
I don't think either of us are in the check your package camp.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's a big gamble to pull off, especially with that package being in like you know Cave Bahamut behind something that might be Wyvern. It's like ugh.
Yeah, we didn't see Wyvern.
No, Wyvern was taking it up.
Oh well. Yep. Yeah, this save is so funny. I also
funny,
regret
really cool and fun.
Oh, sorry, Alchemy.
Like it was funny, like it had jokes, but I feel like the general progression of the seed and the characters available and everything, it was like a really cool and fun seed where you could like really, express yourself and also excel. Aside from Golbez hide and seek.
Yeah, I think this is an accurate statement. Moon being haunted kind of sucked, but oh well. My one, I guess, main regret with this seed is that well, 2 small regrets. One, I wiped on Plague. I was like, you know what? I don't want to throw a Veil because like the bouncing count is just slow, so I'll just throw J items. And then I didn't realize I didn't have quite enough J items, so it's like, oh.
You did, but then it was Plague and he was flying.
Yeah, so the Gaia drum, I knew that was always a thing. And like when Magus Sister showed up, and I was like, no, I have to use the Gaia drum. Darn. I knew that was like, that's gonna, I don't know. There, it's really funny because like the Gaia drum is good, but like, what if it had been Pale Dim? If it had been Pale Dim, I wouldn't have wanted to throw an elemental J item. So like, oh well.
Yeah. It's like, again, Seed had jokes.
Yeah.
One way or the other, Seed had jokes.
Yeah, so my plan for casting fast on Golbez at the end to speed the fight up didn't work because you just can't target Golbez before he becomes vulnerable. Oh well.
Yeah. Did you end up doing the medio? I was like freaking out the whole seed.
Oh yeah, I was like, well, I was making sure that Tellah could cast Meteor, and then like it turned out, oh, it's at package. Well, I'm gonna get the free extra swag points. I don't know if Possum did.
Possum did do it, but Possum chose the last week, so
Ah, that's true. That
makes
clause does it. Strikes again.
yeah. Like the season had Wyland picking almost every week, and I was like, let's not have that again.
Oh well. Yeah, so I did also slightly regret not sort of setting Tellah up to throw swag rocks at Golbez quickly enough, but oh well, it's fine. Not Golbez, Zeromus. I charged it but I was like, it's not gonna go off. And it's fine, it's not gonna go off, but like would have been nice.
It would have been nice. So again, like I know it's easy to focus on the tiny mistakes you did on this seed, but you played out of your mind, Side Marshal. Like you played really cool. It was a joy watching you too. I was bouncing on my seat, like it was like a deep in bracket tournament level like race, like straight up. It was so fun to watch. Thank you so much for putting on this amazing show between you two. I loved watching it.
Thank you. As I don't know, I try. I try to play well, and sometimes I do fun things that work out, and sometimes, well, I last location goal best at package.
Don't worry, you and everyone else.
Everyone did, yeah.
Fair enough.
So, GG, Side Marshal, thanks a lot as always.
Yeah, thank you, and as always, thanks to our lovely restream crew. We got Xenocat doing the restream and Nakuri on tracking, and thanks to Alchemy and Vitasia for serenading the masses with your lovely voices. I'm sure everyone did a great job.
Appreciate it, and GG's, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, take care, folks.
Take care, you too.
Well, with that, we have another successful week of the Baron's Hero Journey under our belts. Scythe Marshal already took care of like shouting everyone out, but one last shout out to, of course, Possum Morpheus and Scythe Marshal for putting on a heck of a show. Xenocat for the restream, and Nakuri for tracking, and of course Alchemy, my co-commentator. Fantastic show.
Mm-hmm. We are going to go ahead and heading over to Tackle Meld, who's running an async. One of S1's asyncs. He's running it with Tolgrand, a beloved community member Tolgrand, who also runs the super cool Film Friends Club. And we don't have more free enterprise like official here in this channel, but the free enterprises and stuff, there's always community members playing this game. So let's head over to Tackle Meld, and we'll see you all next time.